Hi there. Welcome to a series of videos called English for Emerson. This is a series of videos I'm making for my son Emerson, who's learning to read and write some basic English. You know, there's an old saying in English that was made back before there was planes and trains and automobiles. They said, "Don't put the cart in front of the horse." Now, what in the world does that mean? Don't put the cart in front of the horse. I think it means something about keeping things in order, not getting things out of place. For example, if you were building a house, you wouldn't put the carpet down on the floors before you had the roof on. Do you follow me? Because if it rained, all the carpet would be ruined and you'd have to tear it out and then put the roof on and then bring in new carpet. You would put the roof on before you went in and put in the carpet and painted the walls. Do you follow me? Well, it's important in life to do things in order, and sometimes I'm guilty of doing things out of order. I don't know why. I think it's because I try to get ahead and it never works out too well for me. Well, I've been guilty of that with these English lessons. I've been trying to teach reading before we get the ABCs down. So I'm trying to go back and get the cart behind the horse now, okay? So we're going to work on the ABCs, and I'm going to go through them all, how to write them and say them correctly. I was up late last night. I was looking at myself on the camera. I thought, oh my goodness, it's a scary sight. But the videos are free and we're going to do the best we can with it. Oh, some days it's tough out there. Okay. What I need from you is I need you to get something to write with, and I need you to get paper that has lines on it. The lines are going to help because that's going to help you keep the capitals the right size and the lowercase letters the right size and keep everything straight and in line. It's going to make it easier to learn if you have lined paper. Once you get that and you got something to write with, we'll be ready to go. Now, when I'm writing letters, I try to start from the top and work my way down, and I try to start from the left and work my way to the right. Not all the time, it doesn't have to be exact, but then generally speaking, we work from the top down and left to the right when we're writing letters. This is all done for someone who's right-handed. If you're left-handed, I have no advice. You're on your own. Good luck. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start by writing a capital A, and I'm going to start by at the top, and I'm going to work my way down to the left. And then I'm going to take from the top and work my way down to the right. It's kind of like a roof for a tent or a house. Then I'm going to go from the left and I'm going to come this way to make my bar across. I didn't do a very straight one on there. That's the way it goes. I've never been much of a perfectionist. Everybody's different. Let's try another capital A. Down to the left, down to the right, and across. You'll see on my capitals that I'm filling up in between all three lines here, from top to bottom. Now we're going to go to the lowercase. The lowercase is what we say a whole different ball game. I'm going to start here a little bit below the halfway point, the middle line, and I'm going to start quite a ways over to the right. And I'm going to start here. I'm going to work my way to the left and then back. Basically, a little bit like a lowercase c if you're used to making that letter. Then I'm going to go from the halfway line in the middle, and I'm going to work my way down a little bit, making it kind of, again, like an angle from the top to the bottom. A little bit of an angle slope to the right. Let's try another one. I'm a little bit below the halfway point. I come around, and then from the halfway point down at an angle. A. Let's try one more lowercase a. It's a little bit more difficult to do than the uppercase. A little bit below the line. Oops. I made a mistake there. Get that out of there. I did a good job of getting rid of that. Now, there we go. There we go. There's 3 lowercase a's. Those are pretty good. Now, what you're going to see a lot of times in your reading is a's that look different than this. And I'm going to show you, even though I'm not going to write it this way, and I don't encourage you to write it this way, you'll see this when you're reading. So I want you to be aware of it. Now, let's say we're going to make the normal lowercase a here. What you're going to see a lot of times when you're reading is something that looks a whole lot different. I'm going to try to do it. It's harder to write. I would rather have you not write it this way, but you'll see it when you're reading a book. It's going to go like this. That's a strange looking letter right there. I think I did a pretty good job. You'll see that when you're reading. That's also a printed lowercase a. I think that you should write out, and hopefully you've done it right now during this lesson with me. You've written out all of these letters, and you've practiced several times saying the letter correctly. We say this letter is A in English. It can make different sounds in English. It can make ah, and it can make ah, and it can make But when we're saying the ABCs, it's very important to do it correctly. We say this is the letter A. That's the sound we make as we do the ABCs. So there's the letter A and how to write it for English for Emerson. Next time we're going to do the letter B, and we're going to work our way through the whole alphabet. Okay. See you next time. Bye-bye.